A touch more precious than the whole world. The oxygen from the world's 3.04 trillion trees on one side. And the first touch of her lips on the other. That thought echoed in Ali's mind the moment he stood before Maheen. The night had grown deep. The moon hid behind drifting clouds. Half lit, just like their unspoken emotions. A gentle rain fell, the air damp with desire. And between them lingered a silence that spoke louder than any words. Maheen's eyes shimmered with both tears and light. Those eyes seemed to whisper. "Don't break this moment, let it happen," Ali said softly. "You know, even if all the trees in the world stopped breathing, my life would already be over without your touch." Maheen lowered her gaze, but the rhythm of her heartbeat had already confessed everything. Raindrops tangled in her hair, and the sight looked like the final frame of a dream you never want to end. Ali took a step forward. The wind seemed to hold its breath. Time froze, and in that one instant, there were only two of them. Two bodies, one feeling. The first touch, a moment that rewrote the laws of nature. The earth trembled quietly, yet the sky smiled. Maheen closed her eyes, and Ali felt as if he had held the whole world within his hands. No air, no oxygen. Only that touch, sinking deep into the soul. "Sometimes I think," Ali whispered, "we do live without love, but we never really learn how to breathe." Maheen smiled faintly and rested her head on his chest. The rain had stopped, yet the air was still soaked in emotion. Between them was a sacred stillness. A closeness beyond the reach of language. After a pause, Ali looked up at the sky. "Do you think this will fade someday?" he asked. Maheen answered softly, "Love never fades, Ali. We just take too long to understand what it truly is." Ali took her hands gently. "I loved you the way a human loves his first breath. With no conditions, no promises. Just the certainty that if you exist, everything else makes sense." A single raindrop rested on her eyelash. Ali stole it with his lips. A seal of the heart, a silent vow. Somewhere far away, thunder rumbled. And near them, silence deepened. "The world's 3.04 trillion trees give oxygen," Ali said. "But a woman's kiss, it gives life." Maheen laughed softly. "You're becoming a philosopher, Ali." "Maybe love turns everyone into one," he replied. "Some start telling the truth. Some start crying. And some simply forget how to breathe." The night grew darker. The city lights dimmed. They sat on an old park bench, under branches leaning low, as if nature itself was witnessing their love. Ali said, "You know, these trees are hundreds of years old. They must have seen countless lovers. Maybe they understand when love is born. And when it dies." Maheen whispered, "Love doesn't die, Ali. It just changes form, sometimes into a touch, sometimes into a memory, and sometimes into a silent prayer." Ali listened, then quietly said, "If love is a prayer, then you are my answered one." Maheen said nothing. She just rested her head on his shoulder. The world's noise fell away. Time, air, and earth, all bowed before that single moment. And Ali realized, love is simply another way of breathing. Oxygen comes from trees, but life itself comes only from the touch of the beloved. Crescent moon the end, a touch more precious than the whole world. A moment that rewrote every philosophy of life. The world may breathe through 3.04 trillion trees, but an Ashiq's heart lives only through one kiss. The one that touches the heart and sinks into the soul.